Yeah, and you know that it's somebody else who knows the business. I think one of the problems, yes, we've got a lot of tech companies that have come into the industry. They don't know as much about building cars, and at the end of the day, you have to integrate these solutions into the vehicles themselves, which is where having a partner actually from the industry helps.
But my question about where we are at the moment, Anne-Marie, is the weakness that we've seen in the auto sector, and which I think is the worst performing sector in the global equity markets, is that a cyclical thing because of the economic slowdown in China, some of these issues that we've seen the Fed responding to overnight, or is it this larger structural issue about the cost of actually electrifying the auto sector?
I actually think there's a little bit of both going on because autos is a very cyclical business. You know, if you look at sales patterns over decades, you see a cycle going on. But there's also, we expected this year to be very challenging, and I think through the second half we've still got a lot of those challenges in play. To go back to the buzzword of uncertainty, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty around trade, whether the US will impose tariffs on all imports. USMCA still hasn't been ratified, we've got Brexit to come. So that's still weighing on people's minds that we still have this to come in the second half.
And are the car companies actually strong enough to weather that uncertainty, you know, or will they not just have to do these strategic alliances, but actually, you know, we'll see further mergers in the industry? So what's going to unlock the value in the sector? You know, that's where, as a macro strategist, you know, short of seeing a tremendous economic recovery, you know, we still want to be underweight.
Yeah, because a lot of the things that we're seeing these partnerships targeting and a lot of the things that car makers are investing in are quite long term. You know, we still need to see, will electric vehicles take off? Will autonomy take off?
Yeah, and in the meantime, aren't consumers being sick of being sold expensive pups? And I'll put it like that in a very blunt way. Because I look at the hybrid cars, for instance, which the sales have suddenly dropped, haven't they? I think the SMMT figures, certainly in the UK, sales of low-emission cars in the UK have fallen for the first time in more than 2 years. This is dropping 4.9% in June from a year earlier as well. People are sick of being sold cars where they're told they've got 30, 40 miles of electric engine. Actually, in real-world conditions, and with the weather's a little bit nippy outside, you'd be lucky to get 10 miles out of these things. So consumers are just getting wise to the rubbish they're being sold, aren't they?
I think there's a lot of uncertainty, especially around things like
I do. Are you Jerome Powell?
Jumping on the bandwagon, but around things like incentives, so incentives to plug-in hybrids will work.
Forget about the government incentives. The fact is, these cars we're being sold, these hybrids, and I looked at a hybrid because I had to change my car to come into London because I had an efficient diesel which was very clean. Apparently then they decided it wasn't clean. So I looked at these hybrids, and the real world blogs were saying on a motor that I was told I would get 25, 30 miles out of, I'd be lucky to get half that. Aren't consumers just sick of being sold something by an industry that continually lies to them about real world testing?
That's possible. And when you look at second-hand market sales, you can see, you know, sometimes diesel actually isn't doing too bad because people can get a cheap diesel that maybe they can...
You don't have to come into a metropolitan area. Diesel's doomed anyway, isn't it, from what government and regulatory action has done to it?
If we meet the targets of, you know, no new diesels will be sold from 2040, then yeah, you've got the consumer thinking, how long can I actually use these? So I may as well get something second-hand, use it as much as possible.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.